Hello everyone. Today we will start fourth unit, and fourth unit, the main pillar of the object-oriented programming is here, that is polymorphism. Now first we will see what is polymorphism and how can you use polymorphism in functions. We will see it. Now what is polymorphism? It is representing one form in multiple forms. Means if we are having one form, we represent as original and we can do the copies of the original form in multiple forms. And these concepts is also known as the overridden methods. The same method is same, but there are some different things written in the method. Now polymorphism, is a Greek word. Poly and morphs. Poly means many, morphs means forms, means many forms. In real life example, you can see it. Suppose a boy is a student. In college, he is a student. In shopping mall, he is a customer. In bus, when he rides bus, then he is a passenger. In school, he is behave like a student, and at home he behaves like son. Means person is one, but he behaves in different forms in different environments. So we will see this concept in our C++ and Java and object-oriented concept. Now first we will see the types of polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism. First is static polymorphism and second is dynamic polymorphism. In static polymorphism, we can also say it compile time polymorphism, because static polymorphism, the memory will be allocated at the time of compilation. Function overloading and operator overloading are the example of a static polymorphism. And when we do some binding in compile time, we can also say it the early binding. Means we can say compile time polymorphism, as well as we can say static, or we can say early binding polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism means when method and object bound at the time of compilation. Now, in the other form, when we'll do it dynamic polymorphism, the bounding of the object and function will happen in runtime. So we can say it dynamic, runtime polymorphism, and late binding, because the binding is done at the time of execution. Here we are also using virtual functions. We will see in examples how it can be used, and so we can differentiate the compile time and runtime polymorphism when the object bound with the function at the time of compilation is static or compile time polymorphism, and when this bounding is done at runtime or during runtime, so we say runtime polymorphism. Now first we will see the static or compile time polymorphism. Here we can see two examples of the static polymorphism. First is function overloading and second is function overriding. Now in this class we will see method or function overloading. Function overloading means the functions, there are many functions are there, but having the same name and different parameters. Same name and different parameters. Parameters are of two types. Either they are different in numbers, means we can pass 2 number, 3 number, 4 number, means different numbers, or we can pass different types, suppose in 2 integers or 2 float. Now we will see with an example. Function overloading done by the changing the number of argument and having different type of arguments, as we have I told you that number of argument or parameter are different. In this example, you can see first we will see the number of arguments are changed. You can see here the function name int sum and the other function name is also int sum. Means the first quality of the function overloading is we are doing that the name is same but the parameters are different in numbers. In first sum, we are passing two parameters, integer x and integer y. And in second sum function, we are passing two parameters, three parameters, x, y, and z. So we can say it, we are overloading the function. Function 1, it will pass 10 number, and function 2, it will pass 10 and 20 number. Now we will see how will they execute. We can see here, in simple example, we can write like this, 10, 20. So we will get answer 30 and 10, 30, 20, 30 means we will get answer 60. In first sum, when we call the first sum function will execute because it has two parameters. And in second function, we will see that the second sum function having three parameters will be working. Now, in next example, we are saying that different types. If the types are different, we will see this example expanded way. The function overloading is done by the same name and different parameters. And here you can say the first function. We are looking here in class example. Before we have seen simple example, we can do it in class also. We are making the class addition and making two functions, sum having two parameters and three parameters. And when we make object obj.sum, means in the compile time, we are binding the sum function to the object. And in second, we are binding the second sum function to the object at the time of compilation. That's why they are also known as the early binding compilation. Now, when the first function will call, the first sum function will be executed and second function will call, the second function will be executed. How will they execute? In first call, they will execute the first function because with the help of parameters, it will search which function will be executed. If we pass two parameters, it will execute the two parameters value of some function will be executed. Now what will happen if I will give only one value? If I will give here only one value, suppose 10, so which function will execute? It may occur an error because no function is here which will execute with the one value. For this, we can do default arguments also. We will do default argument means if we put one variable and second variable with the default argument, means if we are not passing the second value, it will take default value of y will be 0. When you are doing the real-time programming, you should do the options like this. If one value is given, then which function will work? Error should not occur. The function should go on. So this time we can do like this. If I will pass one value, sum 10. So which function will work? The first function will work because I have passed 10 value, which will go to the x, and I have not passed the second value y. But I have given the second value y equals to 0, means I have given the default value of y. If no value is passed for the first function, the second value is not passed, it will take as 0. So what will be the answer? The 10 will go to the x and y for the 0 for the y, and they will sum 10 plus 0 means 10. The answer will be 10. So we can use default values. So the function will work and it will do partial matching and will work. Otherwise, the error will occur and your program will hang. Now with this, I'm ending this session. We will meet in the next session. Till then, goodbye.